Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events. And if you've been around town, you have seen billboards talking about Penguin Shores coming soon, coming soon. So that's what we're going to talk about today with Brendon Wiley, who is the new executive director of the Cameron Park Zoo.
How are you, Ann?
I'm great. It's so wonderful to get to visit with you. We met at the Mammoth Gala.
Yes, the big unveiling.
And I was so happy because I had not had a chance to visit with you yet. So how long have you been now at the zoo?
Just over 6 months.
Okay,
and it's
so
gone by
recent.
so quick.
Yeah,
Yes.
It does. It goes fast. But you got a lot of stuff going on at the zoo.
Oh, we do. We do for sure.
Now, the least of which is really what we want to talk about today, and that's the Penguin Shores exhibit. And do you have a date for a gala, for a grand opening?
So we're very confident it's going to be the first part of August. We thought we had a date. Now we're being a little cautious.
Yeah.
We had to, and the we here is actually the general contractor, had to reorder a critical piece of glass. So as soon as we confirm when that piece of glass will arrive, then we can lock that date in for sure. But it will be the first part of August. So
very good. So stay tuned. You're going to need to come back when we have an actual date.
That's right.
Because there's going to be lots of parties and things.
Oh, yes.
To have a celebration about that. But we just kind of wanted to lay the groundwork today about this. What we're talking about is the Gloria and F.M. Young Penguin Shores exhibit. And these are very specific penguins, right?
They're African penguins.
Okay. I've heard Cape penguins. I've heard South African black-footed penguins.
You hear a lot of different names.
What do you call them?
I call them African black-footed penguins.
Okay.
There's within the taxonomy, there's 18 or 19 different species, depending on the subset of science that you agree to. And within that group, there's kind of the Arctic penguins. There's actually penguins on every continent in the southern hemisphere. So when we hear, penguins in Texas and they're going to be outdoors, they're going to be outdoors.
You think ice blocks.
Right, you do.
For them.
So the African penguins are native to South Africa. So they're used to at least living in warm air. Mm-hmm. So we will chill the water that they live in. We'll make sure that the water doesn't really get much above 70, 74 degrees.
Yeah, they don't need a bathtub.
Right.
Right.
But they're perfectly equipped to deal with our climate, to breathe our nice, warm Texas air. I've been here about 6 months. Everybody keeps telling me to wait for a Texas summer.
That's right. If you've only been here 6 months, you have seen nothing yet.
But this particular group of penguins is moving to the Cameron Park Zoo from the Fort Worth Zoo.
Oh,
so they've acclimated to Texas, sure. And they're going to do just great.
Yeah. Well, and what's really significant about this is that these are endangered animals.
They are. They're a critically endangered species, and working with them at the Cameron Park Zoo is an incredible opportunity for us to connect with our conservation mission to remind people that, hey, this, Texas is an ocean state, and we can do things right here in Texas to promote ocean health and even add or change behaviors here in Texas that help these penguins in the wild, half a world away. So we're thrilled and looking forward to really engaging around the messaging that these penguins make possible.
Yeah. where your zookeepers are involved? I mean, do they have special training? Are you bringing new people on board? How does that work?
We actually did bring about 4 people on board.
Really?
Really in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an expansion of our bird department. Penguins are birds. They don't fly through air. They do kind of fly through water. They're incredible swimmers. And we work with a number of different aquatic species at the Cameron Park Zoo. So managing those life support systems is kind of who this zoo is. And as it relates to specifically caring for penguins, our staff's been not only preparing for that at our zoo, but running over to Fort Worth and getting to know these birds that are about ready to move to Waco.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's exciting. I mean, it really is. It's been a while since, have they really at the Cameron Park Zoo opened a whole new exhibit? I guess they did the Brazos River exhibit was kind of added after they had built the zoo.
One of the things that
but it's been several years
drew me here to Waco is just how unique the Cameron Park Zoo is.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
To imagine that 31 years ago, it just up and moved to a new location in Cameron Park in this beautiful environment.
And it was horrible before.
Okay.
Let me just say it was just horrible. So this is such an amazing, to have it there nestled in Cameron Park with the terrain and the river and everything right there. It is an amazing, amazing zoo.
It is, and beautiful sight. And of course, when it opened in Cameron Park, there was kind of from Tiger to the Gibbon Island, which we're in the process of renovating, up to the Giraffe, and then Brazos River Country came, which is one of the most special zoo experiences in the country, I think.
Right. It's unique to this area, for sure.
And then the herpetarium might have come before that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that herpetarium, you talk about experiences that stand the test of time. It's a not just a phenomenal, deadly collection. It's beautiful. And then orangutan, Komodo dragon, that was really the last big expansion.
I think that's right, yeah.
I think that was about 2009. So
it's been a while.
All of a sudden,
it's been a while.
Penguin Shores is going to open. Right after that, a new education center, a new veterinary hospital.
The veterinary hospital is going to be amazing.
It's an incredible time to be at the Cameron Park Zoo.
Yeah. And you've got an amazing support system. I mean, the volunteers and the folks who believe so passionately about the zoo.
We really do.
So it's important, obviously.
This zoo is, on one hand, it's very much a community zoo. The people of Waco literally up and moved their zoo seeing a better and brighter future.
Mm-hmm.
And that future is becoming fulfilled. Yeah. But when we talk really about our zoo community, it's 80 to 90 miles around the city of Waco where people come to the Cameron Park Zoo to experience.
It does not surprise me at all.
Yeah. So, from my position where you're looking at future opportunity is just enormous and exciting. And as great of an accomplishment as opening Penguin Shores will be, it's just going to be a start to an incredibly bright future.
Well, there's room to expand. So since you brought it up, what's kind of on the horizon? What's on your wish list?
So, to that point about opportunity, what's interesting about the projects that are going to open this year, and we think that the Education and Veterinary Center will be about 4 to 6 weeks after Penguin Shores opens. Mm-hmm. So that will happen quick, but that actually completes the original master plan for the zoo. Okay. So we're working on a lot of behind-the-scenes processes right now, one of which is just rearticulating our mission statement. We like our purpose and what we do, but it needs to roll off the tongue. so that we can really engage the community around that. So we've got this strategic planning process going on that is going to segue right into a visioning process for kind of the next 30 to 50 years for the Cameron Park Zoo.
That's awesome.
Of what are those big milestones over the next several decades? And then with that in place, we'll put the plan together to start down that path. There's a number of opportunities that are just waiting to be captured. Being 31 years old, we all know that phrase, deferred maintenance. So we've got some opportunities just to renovate and enhance that Gibbon Lake area right when you walk into the zoo.
It's lovely.
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
We're in the process of really fixing up that lake.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to install a liner in the lake so that we can recirculate all that water.
Oh, good.
Even water conservation is going to, here in Texas, that's important.
That's important, right?
And we're gonna be living our speaking points.
Yeah.
And so, you're going to see Penguin Shores Education Center, Veterinary Hospital, the Gibbon Lemur area reopen right into next spring. We're toying around with some ideas to make some changes to current exhibits that will continue to give people reasons to come back.
Yeah.
We believe in our mission, but to execute that mission, we need to be engaging with people. So as much as this zoo is about the animals that live there that call Waco home, it's also about the people that come.
Oh, absolutely. And there's research and education that goes along with this. That's so important on a higher level. People who are experts in the field that come to the Cameron Park Zoo and learn about the orangutan. Cardiac study that was done. All that kind of stuff is so fascinating.
We're literally leaders in the world about care and understanding of orangutans and those stories that are just
they're learning to stick their little arm out so they can take their blood pressure.
Yes,
I mean it's just great.
It went from blood draws to blood pressures to cardiac health to radiographs that are completely voluntary with these amazing animals that are participating now in their own health care.
Yeah.
To one of our staff just returned back from a research project on iguanas in Australia and Fiji to we probably have a couple staff going to work with the Galapagos tortoises in a couple months to, even a eel of all things is getting ready to go under a pretty comprehensive medical procedure.
Really?
And, that's a new one for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, just our staff believe that anything is possible and it's an incredible team to be a part of.
Yeah.
I talk too much. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just so excited to get to meet you and to kind of hear your heart and obviously your passion for the Cameron Park Zoo and the work that we're doing here. We're running short on time, so that's why I said you've got to come back.
Oh,
and
anytime.
We're going to really get into the deep weeds and find out more about your background and all that sort of thing. But suffice it to say, mark your calendars for the first or second week of August.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going out of town,
don't do it then.
Right.
Wait till later, because yes, this is going to be an event. I presume there's a gala in the works.
Yes. Yep.
There's got to be a gala in the works. And this is going to be something wonderful for the Cameron Park Zoo and obviously for the city of Waco as well.
Right.
And it's just delightful that you have come on board and welcome you to Waco. And it's going to be a great collaboration, I know.
And thank you. And thanks for sharing all of your stories.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching Central Texas Events. We'll be back next time. Bye-bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.